All right, so this is week 2, Tuesday, quarter 3, math science 7. A relation is a set of ordered pairs. An ordered pair is like X and Y. Function is a relation, but each first element is paired with exactly 1 second element. So what this means right here is that the X value does not repeat. The domain is a set of X input. The range is a set of Y values or output. Example, this has order pairs, so it is a relation. Is it a function? Remember what the function, we look at the X value. Does the X value repeat? Are the X's repeating? As in like, there's 2 of the same number. Which 2 numbers are the same? So if X repeat, it's not a function. What is the domain? The domains are X values. So what are the X values? 3, 8, -9, and 8. What are the range? Which are the Y values? And they are going to be -2, 5, 7, 4. Example. The relation is these 5 sets of points. Is it a function? Well, you take a look at the domain. Does the X value repeat? Which one? No. No. So it's a function. So you can say it's a function because it does not repeat, right? And the range is, if you look at the range right here, it's 2, 5, 0, 2, 2. Do you see how the Y repeats too? But it doesn't matter. We don't care if it repeats. And if it repeats, notice how they just write it once. Do you see that? Do not get fooled by having all those 2's as a second element, which is the domain or range. We only look at the first element to determine whether it's a function or not. Okay? Say whether the relation is a function, list the domain and range. So when we look at the X value, Travis, Rosa, Alejandro, Maria, Lourdes, Antonio, does any of the names repeat? So is it a function? So yes, because none of the first names repeated. What are the domains? Well, didn't I just say that? That's all the names. Now, as for the ranges are the Y value, which is the number after the comma. So that will be 5, -2, 6, -3, -1, and 5. So now that I did this with you, I want you to go ahead and do the. All right, let's take a look at B. Is it a function? Determine it's a function. You look at the X values and you ask yourself, does it repeat? it does repeat. The 4, negative 4 repeats. No, because negative 4 is a x value and it repeats. So then you're going to list the domain, which is negative 4, 6, 3, negative 4, negative 6. The range are the set of y values. 8, 15, negative 2, 5, 7. So when you list that, it'll just be 8, 15, negative 2, 5, 7. Does that make sense? Well, let's move on. Function 6, 8, negative 4, 2, 0, negative 6. Is it a function? Yes, because none of the x value repeats. So your domain is 6, 8, negative 4. Do you understand that, or are you getting that wrong? Do you understand that?
Yes.
The range are all the y values. So that will be red, blue, yellow, green, white, and green. And even though the green repeats, it's not the x value, it's the y value, so we don't care. D, is it a function? Let's take a look. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Yes, because none of the days of the week repeated. What are the domains? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. What are your ranges? Those are the y values. So the range will be regular, regular, block, block, regular. So your range will be regular and block. And you don't need to write them several times down. This is fine. We're going to continue on. Now, the first page we did looking at a lot of coordinates, right? They give you the x, y, and you determine the x value, y value, domain range, and if it's a function. Well, now we're going to do a little bit of a different thing. You're not going to have the x and y value on a point, which is a coordinate, but it's going to be on a grid, right? So what you want to do is with each of these points, this is going to be a negative 4, comma, this 2, 2, yeah. This point right here is a negative 2. If you look at this is from 0, correct? So this will be 1, right? This will be half, so it's going by 1/2. Do you see that?
Mhm.
So that will be negative 2 what? Negative 2, 5. Because remember, this part right here, the y value are going to be 1/2 increments, right?
Yeah.
So 1/2, 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5, 3. This point is going to be a 2, comma, 2. This point is a, if you look at this x value here, it's also going by half an increment, right? So that's going to be a 1, comma, 0, right?
Yeah.
This point right here will be a 2.5, 3, 3, comma, 2, right? Those are all the points. There are 5 points. Is it a relation? Well, you got to look at the x value. I don't think any of the x value repeats. Do it? Does it repeat? So yeah. Or I'm sorry, list the relation. This right here will just be the relation, negative 4, comma 2. Okay? Negative 2, comma 5. 2, comma 2. 1, comma 0. 3, comma 2. Is it a function? Yes, because
Did I say no or yes?
I don't remember. None of them repeats because none of the x value repeat, correct?
Yeah.
Domains negative 4, negative 2, 2, 1, 3. Range is 2, 5, 2, 0, 2. And it doesn't matter if the range repeats because that doesn't determine if it's a function or not, right? Okay. Now let's take a look at the next one. This point right here, if you look at it, it's going by 1/2, 1, 1/2, 2, 2.5, 3, right? So that's a 3, -3, that's a -1. Everything here is going by 1/2 increments. Does that make sense? So this one is going to be a -5, comma, 4. This point is a -2, comma, 4. This point is a 1, comma, 4. This point is a 3, comma, 4. Next point is a 4, comma, 4, right? So what is the relations? You just list all the points that we just went over. So go ahead and do that. But try it on your own. Make sure you could do it yourself. Is it a function? Well, none of the X repeats, so yes, it is. And the domains are just the first numbers. The range is a second number. It's always the one that's after the comma.